Hey Marchman, what kind of tax return do I need to file? I'm glad you asked. If you're an individual or a family, meaning if you're just a person or a married couple, or a married couple with children perhaps, you need to file an individual 1040, obviously, US 1040 individual income tax return. Everybody knows that. But if you are the owner of a single member LLC, you need to add a Schedule C to report profit and loss on business to your 1040 individual income tax return. If you are the owner or one of the owners of an LLP, limited liability partnership, you need to file a 1065 report on U.S. income partnership tax return. If you own an S corporation or one of the owners of an S corporation, your S corporation needs to file an 1120S corporate tax return, which will generate Form K-1 as a pass-through entity so that you can then report each individual partner's amount of their share, amount of the basis in the business. Then you get their share of the profits, which then goes on K1 and goes on each owner's 1040 individual income tax return. Run that back if you didn't get that, or I'll say it again. That if you have a 1120S, you have an 1120S to file because you have an S corporation, then it's a pass-through entity, so you get pass-through taxation treatment, so you don't pay on the corporate level any taxes on the corporate income or revenue or net income or anything. It all is reported on K1 in the corporate return, and then you take those K1s and report them on your individual 1040s for each owner, however many owners you get. And that's how you know how many taxes, how much tax you have to pay on the corporate income, but you pay on your individual income tax return. If you have a C corporation, you need to file an 1120. So just remember 1120S for S corporation, 1120 for C corporation. If you have a nonprofit organization or 501c3 charity, you need to file a 990, Form 990. Okay. And if you are making an S corp election because you need to go from a single member LLC to a S corporation, you need to file 2553 before you file your S corporation election. You can't just put in an S corp tax return and expect they're going to know you're trying to change. You have to file the 2553. If you owe money because you went to a different accountant than me and you owe money to the IRS now, then you've got to file a 9465 installment agreement request, because that'll make it so instead of having to pay all at once, you can get the time value of your money by spacing out the payment over a predetermined number of months at a predetermined dollar amount that you decide both. But there are limits. The least you can make it is $50 a month. The most you can make it is $5,000 a month that you're paying if you owe. If you owe, call me, because oftentimes I can get you a better situation than that. Every business owner I filed this year but one had at least $5,000 of a tax refund between state and federal combined. One of them had less than that. They owed over $1,000 to one state, because that state, they had a lot of income that they didn't have enough taxes out of. But their other state and their federal return both were over $1,000 in refunds, so they still ended up positive. Hope that clears up, clarifies, helps you, let you know what kind of tax return you need to file based on what kind of business you have. And I always try to include a few little facts extra, so hope I did that. Thanks. Have a happy Mother's Day weekend. Much love, my fellow Americans.